Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, everybody out there. Obviously, I just started this, so there isn't anybody like immediately jumping on like, pow! But for anybody watching this video later on, hey, how's it going? Shit. Alright, so, give me a second here. I'm going to get this pulled up on my computer so that I can see my comments over here to the side. Try to pay attention to the comments. You're a regular viewer, you know what the heck goes on there. But yeah, let's get into it really quickly here as soon as I can get to my channel. Okay, it is so hot. It is so hot in Southern Oregon. It's been like in triple digits hot lately to where we are, like one day it was like, I remember looking at the thermometer and it was somewhere around like 112, 111, something like that. It was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting for Southern Oregon. I'm not saying that like if I was in like, you know, the desert, I would expect it to be that way, but I'm surrounded by fucking pine trees, all right? You know, I think I think I'm allowed to not have these weird, crazy triple-digit weather temperatures. So, anyway, all right. I mean, it's so bad that right now the shirt I'm wearing, you probably can't tell on the little side video there of me, but, oh, there, if I lift it up, you can kind of see the picture through the shirt. Like, this shirt is super see-through, right? Hey, David, welcome. And I'm still sweating my ass off in this shirt. Like, this thing is so thin, I could, like, I could but I'm still so hot. Hey, Jen, welcome. But if you guys are living anywhere it's summertime, you probably know what I'm talking about. Know that it's hot as hell. Hey, Chris. So, welcome to the hot as hell, everybody's baking in the summertime stream today. And we are back in Westwood, working on Slugleaf. Yes, we are keeping the name Slugleaf. In fact, in my test build, I even gave it 2 different names. This side had one name, it was Slugleaf Hills, and this side was Slugleaf something or other. I don't remember, it was like Slugleaf Park, I think. But we got the flirters back. It was like Slugleaf Park or something like that. And yeah, so we're going to stick with that. But there are some changes. There are a few things we're going to do with Slugleaf here. We're going to, like I said, I wanted to work with it over the week here before I really started messing around, so I could kind of get a feel for what I actually wanted to do with it. So here we go. Like, for instance, what I really want to do over here, I don't like the way Slugleaf ends on this side. Like, yeah, slugs have pointy tails, I know, but we're not doing that on this slug. So we're going to go in here and get rid of some roads. One of the things being, bam, 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 we're going to do that. We're going to get rid of this one too, Primrose right here. One of the reasons being that I want to take Dixon Boulevard here and change that over to a 6-lane road. I think it'd be better off suited as a 6-lane road. You two. Gosh, get a private chat room. Oh, I'll make you one on my Discord, I promise. Yeah, 105,000, and this is the city. I mean, like, hold on, let me pull out. I mean, that is it right there. We have made 105,000. I think one of the main reasons I've gotten here is because I have done a lot more, pardon me, a lot more of the high-rise builds through this city. And, like, this right here is really what encompasses kind of the single-level housing and stuff like that in this city. There is a little bit over here in Eagle Point. I guess you could call this single-level housing, but I look at that as apartments. That's like 6-7 level apartments there, or bigger. And then over here is all high-rise. It just hasn't grown yet. So, but yeah, I mean, it's a crazy number, right? And what we're going to do over here, in fact, because I was looking at that, I was thinking about that, actually. I'm like, man, do I want the city to, like, get even more bigger? That's really not my concern right now. I think right now what I want to do is single-level housing out here, make this more of a suburbs. The way this lays out, you know, I think what I'm going to do is make this a suburbs. I'm going to create some trails from the suburbs to go over here so people could enjoy the river, along with having our industrial area set up along there for the, you know, our oil, our ore, and everything like that. So my thought process really went into overdrive with this, thinking about how it is around myself. We have areas that are river areas, but then there's like parts of the river that are taken up by ore mining and stuff like that as well. So I wanted to think about that and utilize it in my thought process. So I think I came up with a good design. I think I did. And oh, the blue hearts. Came with a good design, and we're going to run with that. Like I said, I'm going to chop the slug's tail a little bit, but it works out better. So we're going to go to the roads. Oops. Get the 6-lane upgrade. Make sure there's no zoning. We want to make sure there's no zoning at all in here. I hate that when you're putting down a 6-lane road and it just screws everything up. Then we're going to a few of the roads are going to change around here. We're going to actually add some roads right here to this area. We're going to add in, create a little more of a business zone and stuff like that. Like basically giving our slug a hat. We're going to get rid of this. I have a better idea for it. And it's going to lead to our future with this city. Or in this area of this part of the city here. So, all right, we got that changed over. Let's go ahead. So, man, crazy freaking news yesterday. The craziest news of all. Like, I couldn't believe it. Just absolutely amazing. Richard Simmons died. Can you believe that? Like, an icon, a fucking icon, died yesterday. And not only did Richard Simmons, that icon, die yesterday, Shannon Doherty from 90210. Shannon Doherty, she died. She was battling cancer for a long time. I don't know if any of you knew that or not, but Shannon Doherty also passed away yesterday. That was, you know, another crazy thing in the news. And then, yes, I have to bring it up. Somebody tried to assassinate Donald Trump. That was fucking crazy. I can't say anything else about that. I'm keeping the politics out of it. Three people that is just the most well-known, some of the most well-known people out there. One of them almost died. 2 of them did die. And so condolences to Richard Simmons and Shannon Doherty's families. You know, those people were actually like big influences in my life. I did watch 90210 as a kid. I totally loved Richard Simmons as a kid. Those workout tapes were awesome. So yeah, Richard Simmons is an exercise guru over here in the United States. He's an old-time exercise guy, but this guy was like, he lived a long time. I can't say that he had a very healthy end of his existence. It did not look like he was having one at all, but I do feel bad. Richard Simmons was, like I said, an icon here, same as Shannon Doherty, so you know, condolences to their families and everything like that. I hope that they can all have some peace now, especially with Shannon Doherty having been dealing with cancer for so long now. That was crazy. So, like, that one came up, that was unexpected to me, actually, when I read that news. That was years ago when I read that. Like, again, she was like, okay, I'll have to admit it, she was definitely one of those crushes, those childhood crushes. So that's why that one was kind of like, oh my God, Shannon Doherty? So, you know. Alright, we're going to get... Oops, I forgot to add... I'm going to add this in. There we go. I just wanted to put a little bit more road back in there. I didn't want to leave that totally blank. And then we're going to be putting some schools in right here. This is all residential. This is all residential. I want to fix this road, though. I don't like that one. Or that one. I don't like the way they landed. I like it to be a little more... and charmed. Right. Charmed, yeah. Sweating to the oldies. Oh man, yeah, look up Sweating to the Oldies. You'll get a kick out of it. Like as soon as you see who Richard Simmons is, Chris, you'll understand why this guy's an icon. And like people are just he would have been like if he would have came out nowadays, he would have been a total meme. Internet meme like if you know who Oliver Tree is, the musician, he would have been an internet meme like that guy. Like, that's the way I look at Richard Simmons, to be honest. Not in a bad way. I like I said, he was totally an icon to us growing up, so. Yeah, Charmed was another one. My buddy Jake, back when Charmed was a brand new show, like he was addicted to that one. It was so funny. We never expected like one of our, I think it was more that he was just one of those desperate type of guys, but he was totally addicted to that show. He's like, oh my god, he was totally into every single one of those chicks. It was funny, but yeah, I mean those were good shows. So Charmed, 90210. Again, 90210 came out so long ago, early 90s or whatever, and I was in, I want to say high school, so that, junior high and high school when that came out, so that's why I was into it. Turning the slugtail so sharp? Well, yeah, I could make that a little less sharp. Yeah, give me a moment. Hang on here. Let me finish up what I got going on here. I just wanted to fix these roads here. I think what I'm going to do is take the zoning off of what is there and fix that. A stupid bug that always shows up. Same thing over here, if it showed up on anything. And I don't, oh, that one, oh, what in the world? I connected that. That was stupid of me. Shoot, and then it created the bug and screwed up the boulevard over here, road, whatever, I don't know. Main road, main street, whatever. Upgrade. Okay. That bug is so annoying. Alright, so that's where the schools are going, so we're not putting another road in there. And we'll take what David was saying there, and we'll go more like this. Freeform. And, I don't think that's going to affect too much because people are really not, there's not a lot of traffic here at all. Like, I'm trying to keep this zone as very limited as possible as far as businesses, or industrial areas going in here. In fact, like if we pulled this up right now, you can see it is like very little. Nothing over here. It's just Laurel Wood. And I think I'm going to keep it like that so that like there is just so limited traffic coming off there that this road being so close doesn't have any issues. And I haven't had any problems with Laurel Wood and all that being so little anyway that it's caused me any like bad stuff in the city, but so I'm going to leave it. Got to fix these. Now, one thing that is going to happen that I noticed in my test build and I did take care of and fix, and that was, hold on, let me go, I'm just checking for junctions. I don't want it like there. So, is right here, you can already see what the issue is going on, so we're going to take care of that as well. Do 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 do. We'll connect that in. Just want the like shortest. I think that's it, because that's 6 spaces, but I wanted, usually I do 7, but 6 works. It doesn't look bad at all. Except for all these cars I just trapped into the bridge. There we go. So that's going to fix that issue. They'll be able to just continue traveling. The train can continue traveling. No issues there. So now we can actually take this part and enlarge it a little bit more to the remake. Just with the remade Magnum and MacGyver. Magnum and MacGyver, those weren't too bad. I'm kind of, you know, I thought those were pretty decent. They didn't stay, at least that I remember. I don't really watch a lot of like Hulu or anything like that anymore. I usually tend to just like get home and watch a ton of anime and here we go. Oh, geez, I did it again. Ton of anime and YouTube. I mean, seriously, I stick to YouTube in the afternoon. I'm on YouTube Shorts, like my short track memory, whatever. Short track of attention, short attention span. That'd be the right word there, I think. Yeah. All right, let's upgrade this back to where we can have some housing in here. All right, so we're gonna finish getting this area prepared, and then we're gonna go ahead and set up our, you know, our piping, everything like that. In fact, what I want to do really quick, I'm gonna wait on those, to be honest. Now that I think about it, snapping options, I'm gonna leave those on because I want to get this part over here done real quick. I want to get the hat for the slug and this little spot. It's like he's got like a bubble coming out of his mouth. It's the only way to explain it. I don't know. But it's gonna be there for the future, for the foreseeable future. And again, I did it to myself. I don't want any zoning on this. There we go. And I always do that. I always hit the wrong buttons for some stupid reason. All right, so let's go ahead and go to curved. Little roundabout right there. Perfect. It even climbs the hill a little. That's all right. But what it's going to do is now the hat that I put on the slug here, it's going to come in and have like a little inch, you know, a spot here to go into this roundabout. And then from there, I'll probably put in another small neighborhood in this area and use that to kind of create a way into, I don't know, like making a little parkish type of area over here or something. Just something where look like people would go and hang out at the river, you know. So I might have to adjust what I did here as far as Myrtle petrochemicals and stuff like that, just depending on, I mean, I guess I never even really looked at that. Yeah, I mean, they are going to be digging up oil through here, obviously, but I could probably just do, I don't know, I could do something. We'll figure it out in the future. But for now, we're working on the slug, so what we're going to do now is bring, pardon me, I want to continue using the trams, there we go, the 4-lane tram tracks. And I need to make sure I have zoning on. Right on up into that point, but I'm going to change that. It's not going to actually have the track going all the way there. I'm going to actually bring the track right here. Let's see here. I'm going to go 4-lane. The Hawaii 5.0 was pretty good too, though. Like, it was, I don't know. I liked all three of those. he says, yeah, the cute girls in there. ER. It's like, ooh. ER wasn't a bad show. I remember watching that a couple seasons. That was pretty good. George Clooney was definitely like, you know, all the chicks are like, oh, I mean, even today, he hasn't changed. He still looks the same. So chicks are still like, oh my God, George Clooney. It's amazing that guy looks identical. All right, so I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to go ahead and bring that up to there. Now we can come back over here, hit upgrade, make sure our zoning is taken care of. And we can just turn this all back into regular road over here. Now the rest of this, let's go with freeform. Just gonna go ahead and go like this. Then let's see here. I'm gonna run this road up really fast. Drakkart, welcome. You know, it's hilarious. Is right now I was just thinking to myself, you know what? I gotta remember to run a bus line and call it the Drakkart bus line, where it takes people from that station and feeds them to all the Slugleaf here. Oh man. See, if you catch up on the if you catch up on the chat there, Drakkart, we were talking about shows like remake, because I just was discussing about Shannon Doherty actually passed away yesterday, and we were talking about Charmed and 90210, and that led into other shows and stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting conversation going on. I'm trying to stay up with it. All right. Go like that. And we'll just do a straight shot. I do need to upgrade those roads because I have to do... This is what I'm going to do with this instead. I'm going to take us to single tram line off of here. And go like that. Now, oops. Go upgrade. Just make that a normal road at that point. So, as you can see, what's going to happen there is there will be one line that takes people along the top right here, down here, and then, you know, connects kind of connects back in and brings people back out. It'll probably have like 1 or 2 stops in there, and then there'll be a second line that does the head of the slug here. So I just wanted 2 tram lines on this side. I have one over here, and then we're going to run a bus line over here in this part of the housing, and then we'll be able to use that to introduce other bus lines from this bus station over here to kind of connect in and stuff like that as well. So some interconnectivity. Who passed away? Shannon Doherty did yesterday. She was she was in Beverly Hills 90210 and also the show Charmed. I know you're in Europe, so you might not have heard of those shows, but I thought those are old enough they may have made it over there. I mean, I do watch a ton of shows that come over here from that side. I mean, okay, I really don't. I watch more stuff like, you know, Doctor Who. I watch a ton of that. That's from England. And I probably haven't really watched anything else from on that side of the ocean. I just watch a ton of Doctor Who. But I do get a lot of news from over there, so. Hey, Shake Styles. And then the other person that passed away was, and you would definitely not know who this person is, Drakkart, unless you're into American pop culture, which would be Richard Simmons. He was a a fitness icon back in the day and stuff like that. So he also passed away. And then I did make minor mention that there was an attempted assassination on a former president. We're just going to leave it at that. No politics. That was the other thing. No politics in this room. So, Simon and Simon, the A-Team, Fall Guy, Knight Rider. I love Knight Rider. That was absolutely, when I was a child, that was like, Knight Rider was it. That was the top tier show in my world back then. Them and A-Team at the same time, like just, it was Knight Rider, A-Team, Knight Rider, A-Team. I had to have Kit and that black van with this red stripe. Dude, oh man, I love cars. It's part of it. I love cars. So like, yeah, Kit. It's just, yeah. I mean, Airwolf was cool, but it was like a helicopter, you know? And I mean, there was always cars, always cool cars in all these shows. So like, you could even think of like, I'm trying to think of like a good cop show from back in the day. Like, they remade a movie out of it with Ben Stiller. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the name of it now. It's right on the tip of my tongue. I still remember Airwolf. Yes, of course. Yeah, they did it with, why can't I think of it? And they had that badass car, the red car with the white stripes. Oh my god, it's all on the tip of my tongue. Just like I can't even think of it now because I start thinking of the other shows. Oh my gosh, it's gonna bug me so much now. Starsky and Hutch. Yes, Starsky and Hutch. That's the one. Thank you, Shake. That show was super awesome back in the day. What in the world happened here? That show was super awesome back in the day. I need to put some zoning on that. Alright. Great pickup truck, yeah. It was. Fall Guy had a great one, dude. I mean, to be honest, you think of those old shows from back then, it doesn't really matter whether the car was a central figure in it or not. You'll still think of, like, the cars that they had in some of those shows sometimes. Like, even the Chips, those motorcycles that they drove in the show Chips were just iconic Harleys, you know what I mean? Or no, those are Yamahas, weren't they? I think they used both. They were one or the other. And I remember they used both. I might be thinking of a different show too, because they're like, obviously you had like motorcycles in a lot of different shows too, but just 30-minute sitcoms. I mean, just so many. Ford Gran Torino, that's the one. Not super awesome look. That's a great car. I mean, dude, there were just so many great cars from back in the day. It's just, I start thinking of these and I'm forgetting on my own game right here. You know, speaking of great cars, let's see if I can find it. I think it's the funniest thing. I don't know if they have permission or not. It just says SUV. Nami, hush up over there. One of my chihuahuas is getting feisty. She hears one of the ring alarms going off. Ah, there it is. There we go. Okay, you guys see this, right? This is an iconic vehicle right here. The Jeep. And if you look at it, Jeep. Jeep. That is a trademarked name, guaranteed trademark name. So they must have permission to use this, or Jeep has no idea that they're calling this a Jeep and using the imagery of it in here. But speaking of iconic vehicles, this is probably one of the most iconic vehicles out there of all time, is the Jeep, right? Right? Like, this thing goes around the world. There's versions of it around the world, different companies, Toyota has their own version of it, and the Land Cruiser from way back in the day and stuff like that. So Daisy Duke drove a Jeep in Dukes of Hazzard, which, again, another iconic vehicle, the General Lee. We could go on for days with that one. But I always thought that was interesting about this game, that they have actual Jeeps, named Jeeps, in the game. And nothing else, though. You look at every other vehicle, you got box truck, forest forwarder. This will say box truck. That one just says SUV. Let's go see, look at some other cars. Here we got bus. I know it says bus. Station wagon. Station wagon. There's the Jeep again. We got our park maintenance vehicle. So, and that's not going to say Lamborghini. It just says sports car. But that's obviously a Lambo or a Ferrari or something like that. I mean, I'd go with more Lamborghini on that one, but right? And that's the craziest. Look, that one says Jeep. That's what I was looking for earlier. The other one says SUV. That one says Jeep. That's the Jeep SUV right there. The why can't I think of it right now? The Jeep, not the Wrangler. I guess it would be the gosh darn it. Trying to sound all smart here and I lose it. Oh man. Anyway, let's get back to the build. We can hit play, let the vehicles start doing their own thing here. They're all going to jump up onto the bridge. They don't have to worry about stopping for the train anymore. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to plop down a couple of things really quick just to be ready to go here. We need to actually do our water lines. We know how that is. We love our water lines around here. I need to fix that water line. We'll just connect it like that. It's like, oh, we're just going to connect into old city services because it saves money. Money, money, money. Even though our city has actually done pretty well. Hey, Tim, welcome. Heather Locklear. He says. She says who didn't. Less car talk, more gig. You're right. You're 100% right. I do think it's absolutely hilarious that they have Jeeps in this game, though. Like I wonder if they did go to Jeep and ask them or not. Like, I would love to know. Let's see. Okay, 12:33. I did promise my mom that I would help her build and install her entertainment center today, so I do have to cut this off at about an hour or so, but we'll see once we get to that point where we're at. Hopefully all of our car talk didn't take up too much of our time for that. Come on, save. I hate it when it does that. It's just connect. Just connect. I'm going to start with our main roads here because then we're going to run all the side ones off of it as little as possible. So how's your day going, everybody? I am having a pretty good day today. Just a little slightly busy this morning, so if there was anything streaming earlier, I totally missed it. Actually, Valley had his stream going, but he started his stream, it was like 6 o'clock my time, so I totally missed it because I was sleeping. So, Until I went and watched it, though. You know, I was like, oh, I liked the episode. It was a great episode, so. Valley always does a really good job when he builds. He's really into the trees and making sure that he does a good job with that, you know, decorating and making sure it looks a little more realistic than other people do and stuff, so. That's why I like watching Valley's streams and episodes and stuff. Let's see, we're gonna run this out. That little tiny triangle should not matter right there, so we won't do anything about that. But I'm hoping that won't affect the housing, so I'm going to leave that alone. So I'm just trying to save a buck here and not put lines, water lines down every road. I mean, it makes more sense that way. Alright, got one there. Hey, oh, welcome! Today was alright, busy, been awake since 3:30, man. Yeah, I mean, that's my usual morning for me. It's like I get up around 3:30 and I start getting ready for work, but I mean, for people who aren't used to that, that's definitely not a good time in the morning to wake up. See, the thing is, for me, though, since I'm waking up at 3:30, you have to understand, my bedtime is like 8 o'clock. I am passing out so early in the night. Oh, man, like, when I get, like, the weekends is hard for me to stay up, but I try so hard. Because I want to sleep in, and I'm like, if I don't stay up, I'm not going to sleep in, and I'm going to be so mad at myself. Let's see here. Hopefully... Yes, it does cover that. Okay. That, though... Oof. Alright, we'll just do this. That'll be alright. We'll go in the line here. Twice a week for work. Yeah, for me, it's every single morning of the week. And then Saturday gets here, and I'm still waking up, like, almost as early. Just trying to lay in bed. And, like, you know how you're like, just fall back. You start thinking to yourself, just fall back asleep. Just fall back asleep. And then your brain starts thinking about, like, the most random-ass shit. Like, hey, you know what? Maybe today I'm going to do this thing. And then you're like, yeah. Oh, wait, no, I want to sleep. Think about that later. That's what happens to me, at least. I'll start thinking about work, like things that are going on at work. All of a sudden, I'm just like, oh. It's so early in the morning, I don't even want to think about work. It's a day off, but yeah, I'm thinking about, oh, I have to put that vanity in, and then after I get the vanity in, then I got to do this with that and run this down along the side of it so that it looks good and this and that. And then I'm sitting there like, I don't want to punch myself in the head for thinking about it. All right, we got a blue Slugleaf now. Okay. Now we got our water lines in. Let's go ahead and set up for healthcare, because obviously we don't really have a lot of healthcare going on. We have some kind of feeding from other areas, but I want it to have its own healthcare basically in this area. So I was thinking the high capacity hospital. Let's look and see if the regular hospital will cover. And it does. The regular hospital tends to cover a lot, so I'm going to put that, try to find a good spot for it. Actually, I think I want the fire station there, so I'm going to put the hospital here. And I do believe it still covers enough. And then we'll put the cemetery here. We'll run this off next to the cemetery just to cover bases. Then let's go ahead and run our schools. So we're going to put one on this side, the elementary school, and the high school. And then we're going to go ahead. Oh, no. I want the high capacity high school. Thank you. We'll do this. And then over here, I forgot to take care of this. I'm going to take that space and give it to the high school on this side. And then I'm going to give this space to the elementary school on that side. Just facing each other. Looks so neat. Okay. We'll work on those school spaces momentarily when we come back to them. We don't have to work on them right away. I just want to kind of get everything getting set up and make sure that I have, you know, the necessary stuff in place. So which means also now we're going to grab our fire station, which will cover the entire area. We'll set that up right there. Then our police headquarters will set up down here. I like how the high capacity police headquarters is so small. You can fit it in so many spaces. I love it. Okay. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put it there. Let's put them in the same spot. Don't have to worry about anything else really at this point. I already kind of have some police and fire over there. Oh, I think, you know what? What I will do is set up these smaller ones. Like we have stuff over there. There's the helicopter depot, but I think I'm just going to set up a small station and police station and fire station right here, just so that there's like a quicker response to anything going on right here if I need it. You know what I mean? So I have the money, why not? So now that we've got those in place, that's in place. What the fudge is going on here? Oh, hold on. Let's pause this. So in my test build, I also had to kind of run some extra power lines and stuff like that for a little time being. So we'll go ahead and do that now. Nami, chill out over there. Nami. My chihuahua thinks she's so tough. Let's connect that in there. That'll bring power over finally to them, so they're not worried anymore. This will just help out, I guess, and it'll give power to them. And then from there, as we start building, or as housing and everything starts building in there, we can run a line here or there if we have to. But what I really want to do oh, you know what? What I really want to do is we did that. Get this bus line that I was talking about. Let's see, I'm going to have it start here at the station. And it'll come out over here and drop people off here. And then over here. just come back into the station. That way now we've got a line that kind of runs, just one for the moment, that it runs around, getting people from like A to B and from B to A and C. And then we'll add, like I said, over here we've got these trolley lines we'll get running, and then we'll get another bus line going right here that kind of just travels the neighborhood. And this one will run like maybe a bus or two on. Like, I don't want to run a whole lot. It'd be kind of like a school bus. Think of it like a school bus, I guess. Best way to do. Complete the line. Come on. There we go. Now let's find those and make sure they don't have like 1,000 buses driving on them right now. Because that always happens. The game loves to be like, oh, you have 4 stops? I'm going to put out 40 buses. Was I looking at the right spot? Probably not. Details, buses, bus lines. There we go. There's one. Okay, 10 vehicles. See what I'm talking about? They're all going to like be right up behind each other this whole time. Because I have no people getting on the buses at all. So we'll just run this down to 2 for the time being. And this one, 4 vehicles. That's not too bad, actually, but yeah, we'll run that back down to 2 also. Actually, we'll run 1 on this, just because it's the one that goes in a loop. Alright. Now, bring them to the side streets. Jesus Christ. These are 2 of many lines coming in, Drackart. I'm just getting them started. I want 1 to get people from here to there and there. 1 that's like a school bus, like I said. And then, yes, I will bring them out here to Emerson and such. Is that what you're talking about? Yes, you're 100% right there, David. In the U.S., we suck at our public transportation. Come on now. We are definitely not as efficient at it as the Europeans are. I mean, honestly, I don't think I've ridden on public transportation in any manner in, oh geez, a very, very, very long time. I have my own car. I prefer that. I don't like to be in public around people. I'm more of an introvert in real life. All right, so let's get everything building up around here, and then we'll start focusing on amenities, you know, adding in the next bus line, adding in our trolley lines, or tram lines, or whatever, I mean. Not tram, yeah, I guess it would be trolley lines. Anyway, we'll get that all figured out in a moment. Let's go ahead and let the housing and everything start building up. Like I said, I'm going to keep this single layer housing over here, or single level housing over here. And then we'll add in some parks and stuff as well. Actually, I'm going to hit... Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm going to hit pause real fast. So that they don't start building before I'm ready for it. I don't need them to, like, build in a spot where I accidentally put a mark, like, right there. Where I want the high school to be. Or that. Alright, let's finish this up. Then we'll add parks in and everything like that. Parks, I like to kind of wait on them for a moment. We'll add a few in, but I do wait for some parks because as things start building up out here, you're going to have like a building coming in right here. and there's no electricity to it. So if you throw in a park between a spot where there is electricity and that, I mean, that can help out. And you don't want to have like a park here and a park there, wasting space you could be using for building. So, all right, over here, we're going to go ahead and add housing in on this side. I'm going to stop it right there. Purposely, we're going to add some parks in to like separate this because there will be businesses over here. But this will be housing. Oops, got into the high school area there. That will be housing. This will be starting to touch the elementary school. It's all right, we'll clean it up in a moment here. Like this and this. Now, I have to actually, before I unpause it also, I'm going to go ahead and do the zoning as well. Make sure I have everything set up the way I want it to be. Okay, yes, I get, yes. But like I was saying, the one bus that I did, I totally get what you're saying there, Drackart. The one bus I did was like, my idea of a school bus. It's just kind of circling the neighborhood, but stops there at the school. And then I have the other one does stop at the station here, and it brings them through this spot here, and then kind of three bus stops here on the four lane roads, Rosemary and Gray. But those are just the two lines right now. There will be more. So one of them does connect everybody into the station there. It doesn't bring anybody from this area though, because like I said, I have the other stuff going in. What is it, taxi? And then we will want a bus line coming over here, though, because this area, like, there is, they're just kind of standing around, or they have to walk over here. Woo, bless. Wow, I felt like I was about to sneeze a third time. I feel like it still might come. So, yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. I do feel it. Hold on. Thank you. Yeah, that was I had like a hair or something up in there because I really didn't have anything when I just blew my nose. It's like, what in the world? All right, so we're gonna get this set up. Now I want this to be businesses over here. Now, all right. So, like I said, I wanted to set a couple of parks up that are going to be in areas I do want them to be. So, like this, I wanted to separate. I don't know why it's doing that. I wanted to separate the housing from the businesses. So, we'll do that. That is upsetting. How come it is not... It is... Oh, you know what? I get it. The road has got like a curve to it, so it wants to sit a little wonky there. Darn it. Alright, yeah, I can work with that. That's fine. It just doesn't want to let me put a park right there for some stupid reason. Oh, it almost did it. It did it. What did I do? do that. And then what we'll do is we'll add like a tree or something in here. We'll go like that. Now it looks like a whole park. There we go. Yay, parks. Okay, so there's one spot. Hey, our lass, just pop it in, right on. Welcome. Hello, hello, hello. All right, now I wanted to stick with the tiny parks, tiny playground, tiny parks, tiny playgrounds. So we're gonna go ahead and put just a couple in a few spots that will help with transferring any power or anything like that, hopefully in the future. So like here, there, like that. Now let's grab these ones. We'll throw a couple of these ones down. That's the school there, so that'll be fine right there. We'll throw one down here. Right next to the tracks here. And one more right there. So, oh, actually one more. I want to put one over here. Alright, that way I have a couple parks laid out. It'll help to, the positions I put them in were to help to kind of pass any power needed, hopefully in the future. We will add more if we need to, like one or two. So we'll see what happens. So what I would do is like connect the station through the tree zone with a bus only road, and then have some sort of bus station that can fit several lines, and then give each block part of the... So you're saying like you would go from this block here up to, like, say the station was dedicated strictly for these buses only, is what you're going with on that? Yeah, I'm gonna have to contemplate on that. I will think on that, because it is outside of the scope of what I was thinking at the moment. But if that's what you're saying, that's not a bad idea. Because then you're really getting a lot more of the people kind of getting up there to where I do have the trains, the subway, the highway connection and stuff like that. Gotcha. The hierarchy connections to the arteries. Sorry, I just had a sudden urge for a gummy bear. And I got a little small pack of gummy bears, so. I have a small pack of gummy worms and some licorice also, but yeah, I just wanted some gummy bears. Alright. I should have chewed that gummy bear a little more. Oh, geez. I think half of the gummy bear went down my throat hole. The other half I chewed on, and then all of a sudden I swallowed it for some stupid reason. Ugh. Alright. So bus comes in and out of one, makes the loop, goes back to the same one. Yeah, okay. I get it. So kind of like how I have the, what I kind of did over here, I guess. Maybe with the trams, but I see what you're saying, though. Like, this section would have a bus that takes it to the trains, or to the bus station, which also would allow them to get on a bus to come over here, or here, or here, or here, correct? Gotcha, okay. Yeah, so they would bring them up here by the train station, and then still connect them all back into the neighborhoods to their own little individual areas. I would have to enlarge my bus station, I believe, then. I believe that'd be the best idea. To keep the lines I have, the couple of lines I already have coming in and out for what they're already doing, because they are busy-ish. Oh, no, not this side yet. It did get busy after a while. There we go. There we go. Got some people there, but we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that, because I see what you're saying. I exactly see what you're saying. I don't have any medicated gummies. No, just regular gummy bears. These are Haribo's. The gold bears. And Haribo gold bears are actually not my favorite gummy bears. I like Black Forest gummy bears the best. I think Black Forest makes the best gummy bears ever. They're super soft. They make them, well, they have two different versions of them. They have the all natural ones, and then they have the regular ones here in the States. I know, like, any of those sold in Europe, they would be like, oh no, we don't get any of those weird chemicals that you Americans like to eat. All our coloring comes from vegetables. Our coloring is red number 5 and yellow 3s and stuff. And here I am making a joke and put it in my belly. Like a dummy. See, there's what I was talking about. All the power starts popping up. Oh! Son of a bitch. I kind of screwed up. I forgot I was doing this. There we go. Up. Well, I didn't mean to make that edge so wonky over there, but whatever. It's not like there's another part of that district over there or anything else I need to worry about. So we'll do this. These. We're going to change this. Make this side Slugleaf Park. And this side Slugleaf Hills. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't misspell stuff for me. There we go. So Slugleaf Park, Slugleaf Hills, perfect. Now, I don't really want to do too much in here, but I do want to do high-tech housing. High-tech housing. Then in our stuff here, I want to get the residential specializations. And our commercial, I want to do organic and local produce. There we go. So now we can hit play. That's going to destroy the houses that started getting built and rebuild them. All right. And woo! There we go. Just a bunch of complaints. That's all it is. That's all it is right now. Just complaints. That's why American Skittles are banned in the EU. Yeah. All of our coloring and sugar. Well, you can call it sugar if you want. It's not sugar. It's high fructose corn syrup. But again, that's why I like Black Forest, because Black Forest, I guess they do the organic ones. And the organic ones actually use vegetables for coloring. They use regular sugars. fruit sugars and pectin and stuff like that. So I highly, highly prefer those over these. So. You know, actually, I don't think I've eaten medicated gummies in a long time. Not in a long, long time. Alright. Now that we got a gummy bear in my mouth and a lot of stuff going on, we've got our schools that need work, and then we have a lot of decorating that needs to be done. And as far as decorating, I mean, I can go a little half-assed about it. I know that there's trees needed there. There are some needed here. Definitely along here. We'll fill this in. And then, at this spot, I kind of want to work on it a little more. I want to get a little more in-depth right here because of this. There's like this gap of land right here and here that I want to play with. So, anyway, what I think is going to happen is today I'm going to cut it short because, like I said to everybody earlier, I do have to help my mom out. I did promise her that I would help her build her entertainment center today. So, come back next week. We'll do an extra episode of this next week. We'll come back here to Slugleaf Hills. We'll finish up working on the schools on both sides here of Slugleaf. And then we'll also finish up doing a little bit of our decorating, making some parks, perfecting that. And then I want to come up here and get Myrtle Petrochemicals done and Ankh Ore Center and start getting them kind of set up and going. So that way when we leave next week and go back to our other city of Fuchsia, I can feel comfortable that I left the city here in a good state. So, until then, everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. I know it was a lot shorter than I usually do, but I do need to get out there and help her, or else she's going to get so mad at me. I remember one time when I was a kid, I made her mad at me, and she threw a rock at me, and it hit me in the head, and I bled everywhere, just bleeding all over the place. Now, she felt really bad about it. She was kind of just throwing the rock to get my attention, and she hit me in the head by accident, but I still bring it up all the time to make her feel bad about hitting me in the head with a rock. In fact, I said that kind of loud. Hopefully she hears me out there. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I will see you next week. We will be back here. And, yeah, until then, stay safe. Yeah, that's all I can say, guys. Just stay safe. The world's getting crazy, crazy, crazy. And stay healthy. And until then, take it easy. Bye, everybody. Now, where the hell is that button? There it is. Found the button.